13, ready, Clyde, Mike. 20 rolls, 20 full. Take.
WRTV, Channel 6, Indianapolis.
The news with Howard Caldwell, Clyde Lee, field anchor Ken Nelson, Craig Roberts Sports, and Bob McLean Weather.
You see a mixture of stories photographed on videotape and film when you watch our news. The film requires developing, we call it processing, but the results are the same. The difference is that news staffers process our film right at the station, and you can set your watch by it. Less than an hour is required to have it out of the soup and ready for editing. Ever wonder where those imaginative pictures behind the anchorman come from? Right here, created by artists like Pam Helms. She can reduce a complicated issue to a simple picture. It's now 3:10 p.m., and the intensity of the day is picking up as newscast deadlines grow near. Deadlines are a part of a newsman's life. No matter what happens in the rest of the world, that newscast begins at 5 o'clock.
To help us find out what is going on in the world, we listen to 30 different emergency frequencies, and sometimes they all talk at once. The crews are beginning to return from their assignments. Time is short. Time always seems to be too short when you know hours and sometimes just minutes are all that remain before the finished product must be ready. Television newsmen are never able to shed the pressure, and for the most of us, that's one of the worst and one of the best parts of the job.
Pressure? Well, you can say that again. Few people in the news business even want to think about the complexities of bringing you live reports, let alone doing it every night. It requires enormous effort on the part of many of us, from engineers who set up communications outside the studio to producers who have to coordinate the entire event. So why do we do all this? It's simple. Our Instacam reports enable you to go right to where the news is happening, and we think that's terribly exciting. That's why we do it.
Some of the hottest action in the news department comes in the edit room. Here the raw film is being edited into a final story.
48 and a half. I'll take it all.
Okay.
Much of the film shot at the scene of the story will never get on the air. But that doesn't mean the story is going to be incomplete. Since our time to present the news to you is limited, we have to use the part of our video with the greatest impact. Videotape is fast becoming the new standard in news gathering. Its images are sharp, and it's faster than film because there's no time required for processing. And tape provides flexibility in editing. Important now because the heat is on.
I'm Norman Cox for the news, Channel 6.
Just before the news begins, information is entered into our character generator. Names of news people and interview subjects and other written information.
Yeah, it's just now really getting into that, but...
Okay.
Go in the lobby.
Okay, I'll take care of you.
Stand by. Stand by, ME1, ready, downstream, 13, ready, Clyde's Mike.
Come on, 20.
20 rolls, 20 full. Take.
WRTV, Channel 6, Indianapolis.
Good evening. A Hancock County jury has...
We got into that at the normal time.
Great. Try Lime-A-Way. Most of that equipment involves highly technical knowledge that U.S. suppliers believe they possess.
Crime news outside the state boundaries. A grocery store executive is dead tonight. His wife is in the hospital after a plot to extort $1.5 million from them failed.
Okay, stand by, ME2, ready, downstream, ready, Howard's Mike. Downstream, ME2, take Howard's Mike.
Now turn to the weather situation, Roberts.
Wet, wet, wet.
Yeah, and it looks like it might be a good idea to kind of keep those umbrellas pretty close at hand there for the next couple of days, as our weather pattern will continue on the unsettled side. Weather is next.
15 seconds, we'll be out to ME1, downstream, and Bob's Mike.
Right now, around the national weather scene, at least 12 tornadoes touched down in portions of Kansas and Oklahoma today. Fortunately, no major damages or injuries connected with any of those storms. A cold front moving slowly across our area tomorrow.
Got some new owners coming into town.
That's it. Pacers have finally called a news conference to introduce the new owners to the city. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, the club changes hands, and I guess so does the arena. Then on Monday, the NBA Board of Governors will okay the takeover.
Show them 5 seconds.
We'll have to see. Good night. Oh, looks like we're going Like we're going lights like we normally go home. You know. All right. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Clyde.
Newsmakers?
Yeah, right.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this look inside the news. WRTV, Channel 6 Indianapolis, one of America's leading news stations, will continue to provide Central Indiana viewers with the best news coverage available. We're proud to be innovators in Indianapolis television news with many firsts to our credit, including the first news helicopter in Indiana, Skycam 6. Yes, we're still the one.